Small account challenge trade. I'm looking at Tesla here. Huge bull flag opportunity right here. I got my stop loss set. I got a 390 and I got a stop loss at 350 and a 345. Two contracts, not a ton of risk, but even though I'm risking $800 on a trade, I just want everybody to know that when you're risking 800 bucks, that means absolutely nothing because you're only going to be risking what you're willing to lose. And I'm only willing to lose 100 bucks here. So 40 and then 45 for my stop out. So about $95 is all I can lose of that 800 bucks. So realistically, I am willing to lose $95 on this trade. But on the upside here, on the potential breakout, these were worth 500. And if I want to take about 450, 460, I could end up making a good amount of money on this bullish reversal. So you can see this is starting to catch some buyers, bullish reversal, some volume coming in here. So as long as it doesn't reject here, I can't imagine that this doesn't retest this high. So it's got to stay above this 120 base for me to catch some buyers. So a bullish reversal, there's somewhat of a pullback almost always. So if it doesn't completely break down, then I won't get stopped out. But if it continues up, I could end up making like 50, 60, 70 bucks a contract. And it'd be a pretty decent overall trade, but it kind of looks like the sellers are coming back in. So this is a rejection candle right here. Failed breakout. Usually this would mean it was going up unless that this red candle was continuing down. So if the SPY is pulling it back, so some choppiness in the S&P 500 is probably going to pull this back a little bit. I may or may not get stopped out. I'm even right now. I could move my stop losses up if I wanted to, but realistically, my trade, I'm okay with losing. I'll move one up $5, so now I'll lose 80 bucks total on this trade if it goes against me. It looks like it may go against me. This may be the bottom. When I zoom in on this bull flag right here, this is the bottom. So this is the reversal trade. Now when it retests, if it goes below this, it's a breakdown. But if it bounces kind of like it's doing right now, then we're in good shape. That doesn't mean it's going to hold because it needs to break out to this 122. We need to see higher than this for it to continue that bullish outlook for this bull flag to work out. In my opinion, this looks really good to me as of right now, but I would need to see this candle close in the next 4 minutes. So looks really good right now. I'm up $20 a contract, so it's looking pretty good. I would probably sell out around like 450 and take 60 bucks a contract just because small account trying to build it up. So if I made 120 bucks holding something for 5 to 10 minutes, then I'm okay with that. So bull flag opportunity here. Market kind of freaking me out a little bit because if this breaks down, Tesla will come with it. I just know that Tesla is trying to enter into a short squeeze. I might end up moving this up to 360. So now my max stop loss will be 60 bucks. Max loss 60 bucks. I think that this might show you guys how I trade and how you can risk manage yourself on the downside, even with a small amount of money in play. So I'm risking $800 on this trade, but my max stop loss will be 60 bucks. So people come in here and say, "Oh, I can't afford to lose $800 or I can't afford to lose 500 or 400 or 300." And that totally is understandable. But when you're trading, you're not risking all of that. You're putting it in there, and when you have risk management to the downside, then you're really only risking 30, 40, 50 bucks. And in turn, with the risk reward ratios, if you know how to read charts and stuff, you could end up making a great amount of income, whether it's short term, long term, whatever it may be. And as you risk manage it, you can move this up. So now I'm only going to be losing $15 a contract because it's going my way. If it pulls back on me, I'll be out. But I'm loving this right now because I'm down. I'm up $30 a contract on this small account. And if it continues my way, it's most likely I should probably pull this back a little bit because it's going to give back some over here. But I would love to see this high of the day break. I was up 420. I could set some limit orders to sell around like 430, 440. Take 50 bucks a contract, make 100 bucks. But I don't really know if I want to take out. For the video purposes, maybe I should just take out here pretty soon around this 122. I'm sure we'll get some consolidation, some pullback. So I could pull this even back to 360. And then maybe even like 370. So as it starts to consolidate, you can move it back down. You don't always have to follow it up. So if there's like some sort of pullback for like a tiny minute, you could get stopped out and then it'll run and then that'll piss you off even more. So usually I like to play around with the stop loss. It's kind of like some buyers, some sellers. It's like almost holding the red carpet for the bull. Some people come try and take your order and then they launch it. But you can always cancel this. I'll just cancel one and I'll join the ask here at 4:30, see if anybody fills me. Take me at 4:30, make $40 a contract. Let's play with this a little bit. Nobody wants to fill me at 4:30. You know what? That's all right. I'm going to go 4:25. Let's see if anybody wants me at 4:25. No one wants me at 4:25 either. All right. You know what? I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to cancel this order. And that is okay. Maybe that's a sign that I should just keep holding. Put my stops even closer. So now I have a stop at 10, and I have no stop on the downside for the other one because I'm going to try and join the ask around 4:30, see if I can take $40 a contract. I would be up $80 on 2 contracts, so literally like 12%. Nothing crazy, but the market's kind of being choppy right now. It's Monday anyway, so I can't imagine that I'm going to see too much opportunity. Would love to see like a little push up. This video might take longer than I expected. Usually the ones that make the videos, I like to keep them pretty quick, but all right, here's 4:30. Let's see if we can get it again. All right, we're out 4:25. Cool. So now what I like to do when I have 2 contracts is now I'll put this at break even, and now I have absolutely no risk. So I made about $35 on that contract. This is a small account, keep in mind. So make sure like when you're thinking about actually like putting a good amount of money into trades, you can upsize. So if you had 10 contracts there, you would have made $350, and then if you sold half, then the other half can ride for free. So it's the best risk management strategy I have come across in all the years I've traded. So the amount of contracts you take by having it out when it goes your way and then setting the rest at break even with no risk, then you're just basically riding a trade for free with little amounts of profit. So if this breaks out to high of the day here and these go up above 500, then I'm up $135 on top of what I already stopped out with profits. So smaller profits, and then I can use the smaller profits, set it a stop loss at break even so I have no risk on the downside. And if it continues to go up, then I'm all out, right? So now it's at 435, 430. I have a stop at 390. I could just continually follow this up. And now I have zero risk in this trade whatsoever. So I'm making money no matter what. It's a small account trade, not making a ton of money, but it doesn't matter about how much you're making. It just depends on your risk management. And then you can always, once a psychological aspect is there, and learning how to trade is there, then you can start to size up and do like 10 contracts, 20 contracts, whatever it may be. So now I'm going to put it at 415, 430. You know, I could go up to 440 right below it. So now I'm at 440. If it pulls back even a little bit, I'll get stopped out, but I just made $50 a contract on one. But if I had 10, that's $500 just like that. So if it continues going my way, then maybe I keep moving it up, but I'm most likely going to get stopped out here. So once I get stopped at 440, I can continue to, you know, either trade some pullbacks or, you know, take another trade. This looks like it's going to start forming a bull flag and break out to high of the day at 125. I would love that. I actually might just take this 450. Take $60 a contract. So I got out of 445. So I made, what was that, $55 a contract there. But with size, you can understand that you can make a good amount of money trading here with minimal risk. So whether you're trading with $500 or $50,000, like the amount of money that you can lose is definitely greater when you're risk managing higher money. But the way you can make money on this risk management strategy is minimal risk, and that is the biggest piece of trading is risk management to the downside, stop losses, following your stop up. But this is a live look into what I trade like. This is how I trade, you know, higher contract values, a lot more size. I like to trade contracts anywhere from like that $200 to $800 range. And yeah, that's really kind of like my strategy right there. I hope that kind of helps out a little bit. It's kind of hard to talk through it, trade it, signal it, all on my channel and everything as well. Should tell them right now that I sold that. It's at 460 now, so I missed out on a couple bucks, but long story short, ate some money, made a great risk managed trade, sold to the channel. Everybody in there knows that I just sold my entry, my exit, the target points. This is kind of how it looks. in the channel. So boom, right here, sold Tesla, great trade. Everything bull flag right now. Bull flag might be worth 123 for Friday expiration. Stop will be 350, and then you can start following it, looking at the VWAP line, which is this. This is all educated in here what all this means. And boom, sold at that trade, that entry, right at that resistance point. Probably going to go back to that resistance point and struggle a little bit, but just made $65 a contract or $55 a contract, whatever it was. But that is a look into my trading strategy, and you should use that in some of your risk management because it is very helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.